You have $1 million and have to buy the stupidest thing possible. What do you get? I think the stupidest thing possible would be a mannequin dinosaur statue 6 feet or taller. Not one of those robot things that roar and move their heads around. Something a museum should rightfully have. Oh boy, now I'm starting to sound like Indiana Jones, but really is useless except to say I have more money than I really want. The thing is, you can't really move it around, but it's not as something that would be a nice thing to add to your study. Imagine going for a book and tripping over a dinosaur tail. In honor of this legend, I would hire a sousaphone player to follow Donald Trump around for a while, as long as the money lasts. The man has no sense of humor. I would imagine this would really get to him. Edit: Adam Hills and his staff did this to Jeremy Hunt as an homage to unnamed sousaphone player, and it's pretty great. This would be money well spent. That dumbass Louis Vuitton purse carved out of something that's so small it needs to be seen with a microscope because it's smaller than a grain of salt. $63,000. Not because I like Louis Vuitton, I actually hate that LV design, but because it's fascinating that someone was able to do it that small with these 3D printers that are specialized at making microscopic items. The technology itself is super fascinating. Smart stupid or stupid stupid? Smart stupid. I would invest in something stupid like Picoin, which I do have, but mining it is free. And then cash out after losing most of it. Stupid stupid. I would buy a yacht. It's stupid because I live in a landlocked area and can't afford any kind of maintenance for the boat, so it would sit on my front lawn and waste away into pieces. Years ago, a friend and I were at a local pet store. While we were browsing around, he came across a product called Ferret Glow. I think it was some sort of oil that you could use on a ferret to keep its coat glossy. Maybe it's a good thing, but at the time we must have laughed for a solid minute and brought it up countless times over the following years. Many years ago, I was working for a government agency and the end of the year rolled around and they realized that they had tens of thousands of dollars left to spend on some support account with Dell or someone like them. We didn't need anything in particular, so we ordered something like $20,000 worth of trees to be planted. I'd probably buy shit coins and develop a gambling addiction before losing it all. Like, buy 25,000 dog coins for $500 and sell 1 year later for $25,000. Then buy 25,000 cat coins for $5,000 and sell 1 year later for $500. Then buy 25,000 bird coins for $10,000 and sell 1 month later for $15,000. And so on. The Habbo lawyer bait representing Donald Trump in one of his many lawsuits. The dumbest thing I can think of that you could probably buy for $1 million. And probably just promise to pay her later and never get around to actually doing so. A whole load of those box of air joke gifts for the person who has everything. I just randomly gift them to people, friends, family, my postman, random people in the street, DPD drivers, etc., and eventually they'd be all over the world. I will get a luxury ice cube service, where for $1 million, you receive a one-time delivery of artisanal ice cubes carved from a centuries-old glacier, complete with a live-streamed video of their origin story. An NFT would be the obvious choice, but I still wouldn't want to dignify the company with money even hypothetically. I'd probably use it on pulls for a gacha game. Genshin Impact, for example. Buy a Rolex from a rapper that thinks having a guy drill 1 billion holes in it to put diamonds on it increases the value. I'm sure I can find someone that thinks their Rolex is worth that. Didn't Richard Pryor do a movie like this? He was given $1 million, and if he could spend it all in a certain time, without leaving any trace of spending it, he got some huge sum at the end. Mercedes-AMG GTR Black Edition. I'm sure I could option it up to 7 figures. I don't have anywhere to park it, all the roads where I live are full of potholes, and I don't even drive. A $1 million gift certificate at Goop. That's a lot of vagina-scented candles and 24K gold vibrators. I'd probably invest in a lifetime supply of glow-in-the-dark toilet paper. You know, for those midnight bathroom adventures that need a touch of absurdity. Plus, it's a bright idea. I wanted to say waste on NFTs, but buying a boat or an airplane is sillier because you need to pay to own that item. So it will keep generating losses beyond the $1 million purchasing cost. There was a British dude who won the lottery and his neighbors hated him, but he does dumb shit like build his own demolition derby. And like, I respect that guy's energy. A big ol' lift-up diesel Dodge Ram truck with all the most expensive hardware I can find, with a blinged out Hypershift paint job and solid gold truck nuts, rims and trim. That Taylor Swift face sweatshirt that I just saw on Reddit. Get a few 100 of them and have people all wear them at the same time. New fear unlocked for some observers. With $1 million your boy gonna do the Scarface scene with a big bag of coke. Stupid and entertaining $1 million loss. Just saying, if you know you know. Genshin Impact in-game currency to get rolls on the gacha. Edit to add: this includes Honkai Impact and Star Rail if you want to try the gachas there lol. Just a time slot for an ad during the Super Bowl. Maybe have a 10-second clip of me smiling and giving the finger guns, but we ain't advertising a thing. A used tissue of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth herself, sold complete with a certificate of authenticity by a man in a kinda funky smelling alleyway. Whatever number of sticks of butter 1 million will buy. Specifically Land O'Lakes salted costs $5.98 for a pack of 4 sticks. My congressperson. They are certainly dumb, and I feel that I could easily buy them for $1 million. Hell, for $1 mil. I might get a few. Buy a $2 million car, that way I can outdo my uncle's recent picture of a Mercedes GL Class on the back of the repo truck. A very nice submarine that is totally not controlled by a $29.99 controller that I totally did not forget to put the batteries in. I will buy the biggest house that can fit me and my entire family for when my family visits from Iceland, Finland and Norway. A 15-minute parking ticket for a pay-to-park bay when I don't have a car. You didn't say I had to spend all the money. I would buy $1 million worth of 5 seconds ads on TV telling people to vote for no one. None of the above. I have always wanted to have $1 million in pennies for no good reason. This question was asked just for me. Smiley face. A fully functional lighthouse in the middle of the prairies, thousands of kilometers away from any navigable waters. Mechanical watches at this point. There is no need for them at this point in our world, but boy do I love them. This is tougher than I thought. It proves the advice I heard: a bad investment is better than no investment. A wristwatch. It's stunning how much can be spent on one that is no better than one costing $100 or less. Very intricate ice castle. Buying a scheme promising double your money in 24 hours without any verifiable details or legitimacy. A big fuck off machine gun and 6 figures of bullets. There's no way in hell I could fire them all. A big yacht with a jacuzzi and a helicopter on top, with a mini yacht to accompany the big yacht. A Birkin bag. However you spell it. Just to say I am walking around with your kid's college fund. Probably a car I could never afford the maintenance on. I drive it till it needed tires lol. A really old bottle of alcohol and drink it. You will literally piss away $1 million. ChatGPT states, I'd consider buying a lifetime supply of rubber chickens. This checks out. One solid gold bathtub for $1 million. I always wanted to be like Mike Tyson lol. This money will partially cover the cost of a study to decide what to do with the money. Expired lottery tickets that won their original purchaser over $1 million. It paid a lot of people to anonymously paint all the potholes on the road with penis. A $1 million NFT image. $1 million $1 lizards. A lifetime supply of blinker fluid. $22,000 cufflinks. A supercar. Because I won't be able to afford any of the maintenance after the fact, I'd ride one of those submarines that dive deep in the ocean. I heard they're fun. I think Donald Trump cost slightly more than $1 million, but I might be able to get Eric, didn't Elon Musk, or whatever his name is, make some shitty Jeeps, some of them. I live in a landlocked state, so obviously the best thing I can buy is a yacht. I'll buy a case for $1 million where I can store the $1 million in. A Vegas bet that a Minnesota team would win some kind of a championship. Ever. Curry flavored edible Knickers. This is an actual product, or at least it was. The deed of ownership for a square foot of some asteroid 100 light years away. Nothing. Not spending the money is literally the stupidest thing you can do. Some gaudy watch bedazzled in diamonds like you see douchebags showing off. Scratch cards. Best that will happen is I'll win more than $1 million back. Nothing. That sucker's totally gonna rise in value and not fall in value. Pull a Brewster's Millions and buy an expensive stamp and send a postcard. $1 mill on those souvenir coins that costs $1 to stamp a quarter. Don't know. Let me check with Hunter to see what art he has for sale. I'd buy a cup of coffee and just leave the rest as a tip like Ryan done. A small business so I can lose it all in the most painful way possible. I will donate it all to Wikipedia so they SDF on their articles lol. Even under these circumstances, I couldn't bring myself to buy an NFT. That old VCR that's been at Goodwill for a few years collecting dust. Every first print signed copy of any book written by Donald Trump. However many rolls of Supreme branded toilet paper 1 mil will get me. NFT, Balenciaga clothes, influencer energy drink. So many choices. A square mile on the surface of the sun so people can call me Lord. Contribute it to the Biden campaign. Come on, somebody had to do it. For $1 each. You could buy a million photos of random feet. Get the hell out of Dodge. Someone is definitely looking for it. A golden bathroom throne, bidet, and a built-in Bluetooth speaker. An app that costs $1 million. Made by me beforehand. Devilish face. I'm sure you will find someone to sell the Brooklyn Bridge to you. An Italian car that will get pulled over going 40 once a month. A thank you card for helping Trump fund his presidential campaign. I would buy a house just to build out a full patio for my 3 cats. Beanie Babies. Any day now they're going to make a big comeback. Does the thing in question have to be worth $1 million? Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene? Decisions. The castle house in the van from the Knights of Badassdom. A trip to the hospital in an ambulance. If I lived in America. 1,000 fridges for people who live at the North or South Pole. A 25-cent little toy that does nothing. The rest is mine. An Instagram subscription or the X Twitter verified icon. A donation receipt for the Trump Republican campaign. $1 million worth of gold. Stupidest subjective. A day at the spa with Andrew Tate and Tucker Carlson. Solid gold exhaust system on the 1981 Plymouth Reliant. A politician. Name something with less intelligence. Some brand name clothes. Such as the status symbols. A really stupid house. Most of them can't even read. A chicken costume. But one for every day of the year. Bitcoin, or I could just straight up gamble in Vegas. Just one grape. But not just one graph, 2 grapes. Electric dog polisher, or maybe some cat handcuffs.